Hello, I am Dr. Prasenjit. I'm a consultant vascular endovascular surgeon at Narayana Health, Bomsandra. And I have with me today Dr. Robbie George, the head of the department, vascular endovascular surgery, Narayana Health, Bomsandra, and Dr. Rajesh S., who's a senior consultant vascular endovascular surgeon at Narayana Health, Bomsandra. So, welcome to you all to this session on World Heart Day. Heart disease is something that is well known by the general public. If somebody says you have a disease of the heart, it is the cause of immediate concern. So today we'd like to discuss about heart disease and its implications on various other things. So going forward, I'd like to ask Dr. Robbie, sir, if you could tell us, when somebody says I have heart disease, what does that mean actually?
It's a very good and very basic question because I think that's where the understanding really comes. So the heart is essentially a muscle whose job is to pump blood. It's the central pump of the body that sends blood everywhere. Now the muscle itself requires blood to reach it so that it can consume oxygen, glucose, whatever it needs to work. And what carries the blood to the heart muscle is small blood vessels. So the blood vessels are like the water pipes or the plumbing of your body. And they run through every part of the body. So that's what a doctor feels when you check your pulse. So when you get narrowings or blockages of these blood vessels is when you get heart disease. And when there's a blockage, not enough blood can reach the heart muscle. If the block is complete, you get a heart attack and a bit of the heart muscle dies. Now these blood vessels are present everywhere, and that's the reason why the three of us as vascular surgeons are concerned. Because if you have got blockages in your heart blood vessels, it would mean you are most likely having blockages to some degree or the other in blood vessels all over the body. And the commonest sites are the legs, the kidneys, and the blood vessel to your brain, that is the carotid. So as a correlate to that, I'm going to ask Dr. Rajesh. Dr. Rajesh, what are the factors that predispose people to getting this kind of trouble with their blood vessels, whether in the heart or elsewhere, what we call the peripheral arterial system?
So if you look at that, so there is a close relation with the heart disease as well as the peripheral heart disease. As he said that wherever the blood goes, the blood vessels, normally it is a normal manifestation. But whenever there is a narrowing, that means to any organ, there will be a decreased blood supply. For example, if there is a decreased blood supply to the legs, the patient will manifest as simple symptoms like he is not unable to walk, and we call it in a simple terms as leg attack. So most commonly when he is able to walk for 1 kilometer or half a kilometer, suddenly he walks around 300 meters or 500 meters. That is, there is a demand and supply, so the blood circulation is coming down and there is a narrowing of the blood vessels. This is very important. Whenever you have a situation, you have to seek the vascular surgeon's advice and see an evaluation what is your real problem, because it can progress to a symptoms like ulcer or wound in the leg and finally a gangrene. So before a tissue loss or a gangrene in the leg occurs, you need to see a surgeon for his advice. So this is one of the important. At the same time, as my colleague Dr. Robbie mentioned, so these blocks can occur anywhere in the blood vessels. It could be in the neck, where the carotid arteries, the main arteries supplying the brain, can get blocked, and the patient will have a manifestations like having a headache and sometimes even unconsciousness. Again, these are all the symptoms which you have to go and get evaluated by a cardiologist or a vascular surgeon for the symptoms. So the earlier, the better. As you all know that prevention is the best form of the treatment. And lastly, you know that the present day world, you are seeing a sedentary lifestyle. That is causing the major debilitating situation for most of the people. And most of the people are at risk of developing heart disease, leg vascular diseases, or any other form of narrowing in the blood vessels.
So, actually, can I ask Dr. Prasenjit? So, Dr. Prasenjit, if I had heart trouble, or if a patient has heart trouble, what would you advise to him be that it's the heart is a problem, But is that a sign of other things also that you need to look for? Would you suggest that they do something for that?
Yes, so if somebody has heart disease, they are bound to have some disease in the vessels supplying the various parts of the body. So just imagine like a tree with a trunk and branches. If you have damage in the trunk, let's say there's the heart there, and you have the branches spreading out, some going to your brain, some going to your legs, hearts, bound to be some trouble somewhere. So if you have heart disease, you have to look out for symptoms. So if I say blood vessels of the brain, are you having giddiness? Have you had symptoms of a stroke? Are you having any blurring of vision? Do you have any pain in your abdomen after you eat? That could possibly be a sign of having less blood supply in your abdominal intestines. Do you have trouble walking? If you walk for longer distances, do you have pain in your legs? Have you suddenly noticed any of your fingers or your toes turn black? So these are some of the things that you watch out for if you know that you have had a heart problem. So that might have been a heart attack, you have undergone an angioplasty or a stenting. So often you will see, let's say you go and visit a physician who is looking after your heart and he finds that you do have heart disease. He might additionally ask you to get scans done for your legs to check the vessels there. He might ask you for scans for your neck to see if there is a problem with the blood vessels of the neck. And he might find you have additional problems. So the question arises, if you have problems in your heart and you have problems in the blood vessels in other areas of the body, how should you go about things? Dr. Robbie, would you like to shed some light on that?
Yes, Dr. Prasenjit, that's a very important question in terms of what do you do if you have a problem. So if you have a problem in the heart blood vessels and there's a blockage, not enough blood flow going, there are two parts to the treatment. And this is true of blockage of blood vessels everywhere. The first part of the treatment is you need to assess, does the block need to be opened or does it need to be bypassed? Is it an angioplasty and a stent or is it a bypass surgery to improve the blood circulation to the muscle which was dependent on that? The second part, which is actually as important, if not more important, is that you should be on the right kind of medicines to prevent this disease process from increasing and affecting other parts of the body. So this involves the right kind of blood thinners, it involves cholesterol medicines, it involves giving up smoking, it involves having a healthy lifestyle, doing exercise, monitoring your salt intake, monitoring your fat intake. All of these things are very important. One very important thing I would like to mention is if you have heart trouble or you have a history of heart trouble, and if you have any difficulty with walking, you're getting pain in your thigh or your leg, or if you get any blackness of your toes, and especially if you're a diabetic and you get minor injuries also in your foot, these can be the start of gangrene, can be the start of damage which can result in you losing your leg. That's the worst case scenario. So people like those who've got heart trouble are what we call high risk groups for having peripheral arterial disease, which can compromise their limb. And understand this, losing your limb, not being able to walk, has a huge impact on your health. You can't walk to take exercise, you lose your independence, you lose your ability to go out and do what you feel like. So these small things make a huge difference if you watch out for them and you take action early. You take action early, we have lots of options to sort out these problems. Dr. Rajesh, perhaps you can talk about what our options are.
So I would like to emphasize the same thing. So these are the warning signs in the patients having a heart disease as well as a vascular disease. So it manifests and the symptoms are usually like as I told you, a leg attack, your leg pain, difficulty in walking, and as a routine you would be checking your blood pressure. These are all risk factors like hypertension, diabetes, and check your blood. Is an investigation. There is a high cholesterol, that is dyslipidemia. So these are all can be a modifiable risk factors. These risk factors has to be corrected in terms of medical therapy and lifestyle modification, and in the medicines itself you can conserve majority of the problem. So despite that, the problems are increasing because of your blockages anywhere in the body. We offer treatment, as my colleague has mentioned. What is the treatment you're going to do? There are two therapies all over the world now. As you all know that the most common thing in the heart, whenever there is a blockage, you put a balloon and you open the blood vessel, you make the narrowing to a normal level. So this is an angioplasty. So if you're doing in the heart, it's called the coronary angioplasty. So similarly, we do in a lower limb or anywhere in the stomach that the blood vessels will supply the stomach. These are called peripheral angioplasty, where it is a low morbidity therapy. So we all know that, and I think probably many of us know that it's an endovascular approach. It's a low morbidity therapy which can be done by puncturing a artery, called the endovascular therapy, by puncturing like a keyhole, and we can do this procedure. The major advantage is doesn't need a surgical cuts or incision, and we can discharge the patient next day and he can resume his normal activities. On the contrary, if there is a very long lesion, complete block, we call it as a CTO lesion, long length, where not able to do endovascular, we may have to do a surgical bypass that requires a bypass the disease blockages. It can be done in the leg. It can be done similarly in the major blood vessels in the stomach, that what we call it as the aorta. And we can do the bypass, or even in the same thing as we all mentioned, that in the carotid artery or in the blood vessels in the neck and this. And we have to do a surgical bypass. So my colleague will mention about the different modalities of treatment apart from this. And now, Dr. Robbie, I think you should.
Yeah, I think I hope you found that helpful. It's really for us to emphasize that the heart disease is not just the heart. The heart is connected to the rest of the body. Disease affects other places, and maybe your heart disease is a warning to you to rule out that you don't have problems elsewhere, and that you can take appropriate protection and preventive action. So we wish you all a healthy and happy heart and a healthy and happy heart day, and keep those hearts pumping well. Thank you.